Hey y'all, I'm Shayna and I'm back with another review. If you're new here, I'm reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 2. And we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. If you enjoyed this video after you're done watching, don't forget to hit the like and the subscribe. Be sure to comment and share. Help your girl out with the algorithm and all that good stuff. But we definitely going to go ahead and jump into it. We pick up where we left off with Gizelle confronting Mia regarding her Instagram post with her health scare. Mia's friend Jacqueline chimes in to defend her. And the ladies feel like Gizelle, was wrong for how she even addressed the situation. And she was very wrong. So Robin called out everyone because y'all like, oh, y'all saying Gizelle and Robin are the ones, like, we the only ones saying something when all of y'all been saying something. And they show like scenes of all the ladies saying they don't believe me and what she's talking about online. So Charisse arrives and Karen was like, look, there's no more beef between me and Charisse. Like, that's old. Like, we're past it. I didn't invite her here, but she's here, so it is what it is. Katie stepped on the scene, and she must have been on the show when I had took a little break from Potomac. I didn't watch for a couple seasons because it was just it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give for me personally. So I stopped watching for a bit, and that must have been a time frame where I wasn't watching because I have no idea who Katie is, but she's back. So, she got a shortcut and she just spunky. Yeah. So we got a whole bunch of friend to the shows, it seemed like, and then people making returns. The ladies were over there talking, after with that situation with Gizelle and Mia was done. Wendy was saying that Candiace and Ashley were to the side having a conversation, and she thought it was real cute that they're talking again. I like it better when the ladies are, friends instead of enemies. So, I thought that was good. And the only thing that really seemed to be in between them was Michael. And since he's out the picture, there's no reason for them to beef. So Katie went up and she saw Ray, and they was like, oh, go say hi to Ray. And she squeezed his butt. And I'm like, inappropriate. Very inappropriate. But Karen had me cracking up. She like, oh, Ray over there, just hee ha ha ha. Like, stop it. I'm with Karen on that one. You need to stop. But Karen ain't worried. She ain't bothered. So she gave a speech, and, everybody's like, what is she talking about? And then she said the Grand Dame is back. And they trying to figure out, like, back from where? Back from what? Back from who? I'm wondering, too, back from where? She just be saying stuff just to be saying it. Candiace left early. She had to head to the Grammys, and they danced the rest of the night away. Gizelle made a shady comment talking about, I don't know why Karen is having a spring-themed party in a Mexican restaurant. The restaurant looked very spring-like to me. What are you talking about? Like, what does it being in a Mexican restaurant have to do with anything? Gizelle, just hush. So, we saw Karen. She was at her follow-up appointment with her. She got her breast done and was her procedure follow-up. Nothing exciting there. And then Candiace was with her sister. She said her sister is getting her home built. Her family found the sister a nice home. While she's waiting for her house to be built, she's staying with her. And Candiace is like, look, she's still in school. She's an artist. And she wants to get pregnant by the end of the year. And the sister was like, by the end of the year? What? Who? And not to mention that she's freezing her eggs. So she got a lot going on, but what she don't like that's happening in the moment is that Chris is working again. And the sister like, how do you feel about him working again? First you said he was working from home, now is he working again? And that's why the people think he don't never work. But she don't like it. She wants him to be free and available to go out whenever she wants to go out and do stuff. And he's not now, so she done lost control. She don't like it. So we see Ashley, she's with her friend Deborah who came to visit. And, she's like, she's not really sad about the separation. She's talking about that because he's still there. So it doesn't feel like anything's changed. She claims he sleeps in another room. Was he sleeping in another room? Y'all got it popping last week? Or, but she said he sleeps in a separate room, but it's like no difference really because he's still around. She's still wearing her wedding band. She didn't make the announcement to the public at this time yet. But more importantly, we the people don't think she's getting a divorce. So that's why she's not sad about it, because she ain't going nowhere. So we see Gizelle and Robin are meeting for lunch. And Robin like, I got a bone to pick with you. And I got a bone to pick with Gizelle as well. Why are you wearing a wig with no part? Like, Gizelle just got you gotta have too much money to be having a wig with no parts. Like, she's just doing it. She's trolling us. She has to be. Nothing else makes sense. That's my opinion. So, Robin didn't like the fact that Gizelle ran her mouth and told her business regarding Juan's name not being on the deed. Yeah, it wasn't her business to tell. I think it slipped up because she was trying to prove a point, and it's like, but leave Robin out of this, though. And Robin, Gizelle was like, oh, as soon as I said it, I was like, oops, I shouldn't have said it, but I thought that she knew. Girl, just say you was wrong and let it go. You didn't think that girl knew. Otherwise, you wouldn't be trying to prove that point. So, Robin said Juan's credit wasn't fully recovered from the foreclosure, which happened to be Robin's fault in the first place. But whatever. And so the interest rate would have been sky high, and that's why he's not on the deed. It's not like, oh, this is my house, and you just staying in it. Like, it's not that. Me personally, I think Juan didn't want to be on there. I think they're going to stay engaged. When the boys is out the house, he's going to leave, and she know it. That's what I think. That's what I think this is. Period. But Robin also addressed Gizelle's delivery with Mia regarding her health scares. And she was like, the delivery was off. And Gizelle went to go text Mia, basically apologizing. And she's like, ooh, does this sound good? What should I say? I don't know why they always do this. But yeah, so she sent her a text. Robin said that she met up with Ashley like the day before. And Ashley was saying she got a DM from Chris, Candiace's husband. And he was like, it was a picture. He was responding to like her picture or that she posted on her story and was like, oh, y'all should have came to the W. And she was like, but it was at 2:42 a.m. And Robin was like, well, he's a general manager there. So that's why he was saying to come there. It wasn't like he was just telling you to come somewhere, like meet me at room 112 at 2:42 a.m. But Ashley was like, no, she still feels like she was uncomfortable with it. I think that he was just responding. Probably that's just the time that he's up because he works late and he was just responding to stuff. I've done that before, like when I'm just looking at somebody's story and I just comment and figure they'll see it when they wake up. But I mean, given the fact that yes, Ashley and Candiace are co-workers, it's inappropriate. Like, yeah, he should have thought twice before sending that. But I think she is making a bigger deal out of it than need be. So Robin's defending him, and Gizelle was like, well, he made me uncomfortable as well. You know the story. After the reunion, he was like, oh, like, let me talk to you off to the side. And they had a conversation in the room alone. She thought her glam squad was going to be there, but they weren't there. They weren't there because they don't exist. But nobody was there, and she didn't feel comfortable talking to that man alone. So why did you? If you didn't feel comfortable talking to him alone, you shouldn't have talked to him alone. Like, you just don't talk to him alone then. And then Robin was like, but we've been to their house. He's cooked for us and all that stuff. Like, he's our friend. Like, what are you talking about? But Gizelle's like, nope. Now that Ashley says something, I got something to say. Girl, okay. So, Robin tried to justify, like, she's like, he didn't say anything appropriate. Gizelle confirmed he didn't say anything appropriate, but she still felt uncomfortable. I agree with feeling uncomfortable with somebody's husband in a room alone. I wouldn't feel comfortable either. And that's why I wouldn't have went. So, we see a quick scene with Karen and Ray. They discuss her appointment, and Ray's like, look, I don't want, our daughter or our nieces to think about following in these same procedure, footsteps. Like, I don't want her to do it. And Karen like, leave it alone. Don't even touch on it. So then we see Mia, Gordon, and her friend Jacqueline. They meet up. And we saw that Mia was saying that she wants to open another chiropractor location in DC. So far, she has 16 locations. What business? Y'all let me know in the comments, because I don't really follow up with Mia like outside of the show. What was the business that got shut down? Was it the chiropractor business? Because the streets are saying y'all ain't working. So what is it? Was it another business that got shut down? Or was it this business that y'all got not even shut down, but the family kicked y'all up out of there and y'all ain't a part of it no more? Was it this or was it something else? Let me know. So Mia said her friend is like G's other wife. Don't be playing about that. I wouldn't even say nothing like that. Like, and she said the producers like, oh, but she was like, but they don't have sex. And the producers like, are you sure? And she's like, no. Are you saying they don't have sex alone? Because it seemed like the three of y'all be getting, allegedly, in my opinion, it seemed like the three of y'all be getting into some things. That's what it seemed like to me. That's why she's sitting next to him and he flirting with her and you just, everybody's laughing. Hell no. But You know, basically Mia was talking about what happened with her MRIs. You know, and her and Jacqueline was friends since they was 15. They were friends since high school. I heard that they fell out outside of the show. Like I said, I don't keep up with Mia, so I don't know. But did they fall out for like a storyline, or did they fall out for real? Who knows? But she was saying there's no closure yet as far as the healthcare is concerned. But Jacqueline was like, you know what? That's why I didn't appreciate the women doubting you. Like, why would you be making this up about your health? Well, it's not even like that you making it up. I feel like you didn't have no answers. Nobody diagnosed you with anything. So why are you talking about something and you don't even know that to be the case? Now, was the delivery wrong? Yes. But do I kind of agree, like, she was doing the most? Yeah. So Jacqueline was saying, because she was like, and I felt like Karen was trying to cover her tracks and cover herself up because, you know, she probably was over there talking and agreeing with Gizelle about the situation, and she was just trying to like keep the peace and all that stuff. And Mia was like, yeah, she did send me a text message only the day before to like give me a heads up, and I'm like, at least she gave you a heads up. Karen really did have her back during this. Even if she didn't believe her, she still defended her when Gizelle and Robin and Ashley were alone. So that's just not true. So Jacqueline coming in and start that mess, is she all loud and wrong? So Ashley and Candiace link up, and Ashley tells Candiace about the DM. Candiace said, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt because she explained that he's the manager. And Ashley was like, oh, I didn't know. But then you did know when Robin told you, but you decided to say something anyway. So you really, if you felt uncomfortable, stick to it and be like, I felt uncomfortable, but now that I'm talking to you, you know, I feel better. Which is what she was basically saying. But don't act like you was oblivious and you just didn't know certain things when you did, because we know she's going to see this and then it's going to come up in the reunion. But Candiace like, look, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, and she's going to stand by her man. So Ashley's at the dance studio, and the transition to like her scene with the dance studio was a little intense. Like people were saying they don't like what Potomac is doing this season with all these like showing the streets and then all this intensity between scenes. I didn't notice at first till somebody said it, and I'm like, you know what? Now it's sticking out to me. I can't help but see it every time they do it. The music was loud. I'm like, what's about to happen? They about to go dancing. But yeah, she's waiting for the ladies to arrive. She bought donuts and stuff, and I'm like, isn't this supposed to be like a workout, or is this just a fun thing? Because why are we eating donuts afterwards? But you know, let me mind my business. So Ashley is choosing not to drink. The blue-eyed bandits arrived, and she's like, she's not drinking right now, whatever, even though they was like she had a drink at the spring party. But she's trying to make a conscious decision not to drink like that. So Ashley didn't like, because it was like an awkward silence, and Robin was like, is there anything I need to talk about? And Ashley was like, she didn't like that Gizelle, you know, basically accused her of lying about the divorce / separation. And Gizelle was like, I feel strongly about divorce. It's no joke. Yeah, you feel strongly because you don't have a storyline and you don't have nothing else going on. And if you had some business of your own, you wouldn't care. You feel so strongly because you ain't got nothing else going on. So Ashley was like, look, well, hold on, what did I say? Oh, Ashley said Michael, you know, hasn't, because she was like, you don't buy a house with your husband, or with somebody that you about to divorce. Yeah, I feel you don't, but Ashley has a strategic plan. And she was like, look, Michael hasn't cheated on me or anything. I don't have a reason to feel away. And, excuse me. And Gizelle was like, he didn't cheat on you. And she was like, not lately. That cracked me up. Like, girl. So she like, look, so we're amicable. We don't have all that tension. And then, because they were talking, she was like, didn't you, you know, get back with your ex-husband? And she's like, yeah, 15 years later. She's like, you can't tell me when, like, how to feel or whatever. This is still fresh. We have children together. Like we're just starting to go through the process. And I understand, like, back off, Gizelle. So Sharice arrives, and she asked him about them getting a house together. And she was like, look, he's helping me because I can't get a house that size on my own. So, which I feel like, are the checks really clearing? Because Robin talking about she the breadwinner over there. Like, are y'all getting paid about the same? I mean, I don't know. You know, everybody get paid different. So, but she like, look, he was helping her, and that's that. So Sharice was like, well, it makes sense to me. But Robin ain't had down. The girls don't be having nothing to say to Sharice. I did notice that. So they begin to dance, and the other ladies arrive. Karen aside, because she said she had a fever. So Mia was like, look, she didn't respond to Gizelle's text because she felt like Gizelle was disrespectful. So she back to having to book an appointment to speak with her. I don't know where she booking an appointment to now because y'all saying something going on with the business. So Wendy was like, look, I had to chaperone my son's field trip and talk with CNN about politics and all this stuff, or whoever she was talking to if it wasn't CNN. And she was like, I got too much on my plate and I'm just trying to add more. Girl, ain't nothing gonna happen with that Nigerian lounge. We already know. And if you get 20%, ain't worth adding no stress on your plate. So Robin, you know, they show Robin like Robin can't dance. Moving on. Gizelle pulls Candiace to the side, and she was like, Chris made me uncomfortable. So they talking about that. And Sharice was asking, sorry, I was trying to read my notes. Sharice was asking Ashley, like, when you gonna put out your divorce statement? And she like, look, we signed to get the house, so once we get the house and that's all squared away, then I will put out the statement. But it's not good to put out that statement in the middle of trying to buy a house. Makes sense. So Candiace gets upset because she's like, where is this coming from? And she was telling her like what happened after the reunion. And then she was like, did he say anything inappropriate? She was like, no. And Candiace was like, because he wouldn't. And so she like, look, I had enough of this. Like, no. She gets up and she walks off and she's like, where's Eric? Where's Eric? We see Eric's a producer. So she like, look, this is what y'all not about to do. Y'all not about to make my husband like the running theme of the season or the storyline for the season about how he making everybody uncomfortable. She like, that's what Michael for. Michael is the one who's grabbing behinds and everything else, and he's the one who's making people uncomfortable. Y'all not about to do it with Chris. And I'm like, okay, you loud, and Ashley can hear you in this hurry man. It was like she straight threw them under the bus, like in the midst of it. I see what she's saying, because now it's like, okay, two people coming out of the blue saying that, like Ashley said it, and then Gizelle using it for her own storyline when it was like, this is a reunion for last season. You should have said something long time ago. But I feel her. So Candiace like, no, I'm not having it. Y'all not about to do that with my husband. Her and Chris might fuss and fight, but one thing about it, they gonna have each other's back. So I can definitely appreciate that. And I'm just curious to see what happens next season, what the producer got to say. Not next season, next episode. Y'all know what I meant. All right, let me know what y'all think about the episode. Check out my other content. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.